All right, welcome to this explainer. So if you're a creator, you already know your channel is, well, it's everything, right? It's your livelihood, your passion, your community. But trying to navigate the rules, that can honestly feel like walking a tightrope without a net. Today, we're going to guide you through YouTube's updated community guidelines enforcement system. We're breaking down the data and policies straight from YouTube, mapping out exactly how this whole thing works so you can get back to creating without that constant fear of messing up. Let's kick things off by just validating that absolute sinking feeling in your stomach when you see a violation notification pop up on your dashboard. It's the worst. But YouTube actually acknowledges a really simple truth here. Mistakes happen. They totally get that getting a strike is incredibly stressful. The reality is, most of you aren't out there trying to intentionally break the rules. You just want to get back to doing what you do best, which is making awesome content. And honestly, that empathy is the whole driving philosophy behind the system we're diving into today. Think of this agenda as your creator's survival map. We're going to quickly hit the YouTube rulebook, the first violation warning system, your 3 resolution options, the all-important 90-day expiration rule, the strike penalty escalation, and finally, how they're pushing education over punishment. Let's get into it. Section 1, the YouTube rulebook, understanding the foundation. Before we talk penalties, we have to talk rules. YouTube's community guidelines basically act as the bedrock for this entire massive ecosystem of creators and viewers. They draw a hard line on exactly what is and isn't allowed. And the really crucial takeaway here is that these policies apply to literally all types of content across the whole platform. So yeah, nobody is exempt from this. What do these actually cover? Well, you've got things like the impersonation policy, the child safety policy, the harassment policy, the big ones. And look, these aren't just arbitrary hoops to jump through just to make your life harder. They are essential guardrails that keep the whole viewing community protected and safe. Section 2, First Violation Warning System, the initial alert. So what actually happens when you accidentally step out of bounds for the very first time? Getting that notification makes you feel super exposed, like everybody's looking at you. But hey, take a breath. When you violate a community guideline for the first time, YouTube does not drop a giant hammer on you. You just get a warning. That's it. It's literally just an initial alert designed to give you a heads up without completely derailing your channel's momentum. Section 3, your 3 resolution options, mapping your path. Okay, so you've got that initial warning. What now? Once you review the alert to figure out exactly which rule you tripped up on, YouTube doesn't just leave you in the dark. You are immediately presented with a really clear set of actionable paths. Let's build a mental flowchart of those choices right now. Branching off from the warning, you've got 3 distinct options. Option 1, take a specific policy training course. Option 2, appeal the warning if you are absolutely sure YouTube made a mistake. Or Option 3, you can literally just do nothing. And the flexibility here is wild. You can actually take the training and still appeal. In fact, even if you appeal and get rejected, you can still fall back on option 1 and take the training anyway. When you compare these paths side by side, YouTube is heavily incentivizing you to take the training. Think about it. If you choose to do nothing, that warning sits on your channel forever, lifetime, and your very next violation for any policy instantly becomes a strike. But taking the training, that unlocks some major system perks. Not only can your current warning expire, but, and this is huge, you actually gain an extra safety net if you happen to violate a completely different policy down the road. It's a massive advantage. Section 4, the 90-day expiration rule, the clean slate. 90 days. Seriously, burn this number into your brain right now. This is the absolute magic window in YouTube's updated enforcement system. This whole framework of warnings and strikes revolves completely around this 90-day timeline. Let's look at exactly how this dictates your channel's standing. Here's how this 90-day window basically acts as your ultimate safety net. If you take the training and you manage to stay perfectly clean on that specific policy for 90 days, poof, the warning vanishes. You're completely back to good standing, clean slate. Now, if you violate that exact same policy again within those 90 days, yep, you're getting a formal strike, even if you did the training. But here is the crazy forgiving part. Say you complete the training, but then you accidentally break a completely different rule within those 90 days. You do not get a strike. You actually just get another warning and a chance to take a brand new training for that new policy. Section 5, the strike penalty escalation, when mistakes repeat. We've talked a lot about the safety nets, but what if you blow past those nets, repeat the exact same mistake, and actually get a formal community guideline strike? Well, here is the chronological escalation within a 90-day period. Strike 1, you get a 1-week timeout. No uploading, no streaming, no edits. After a week, you're back, but that strike hangs over your record for 90 days. Now, if you get a second strike inside that same 90-day window, that's a brutal 2-week posting ban. Again, your privileges come back automatically, but the 90-day clock completely resets for that second strike. Finally, strike 3 within that same 90-day window, that's it. Game over. Your channel is permanently removed from the platform. Section 6. Education over punishment. A safer community. Let's kind of zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. Ultimately, YouTube actually wants you to succeed. I know it doesn't always feel like it, but they've built this system with real, tangible guardrails, putting a huge emphasis on education rather than just instantly punishing you. By offering these policy trainings and letting warnings actually expire, they're giving creators real opportunities to learn, adapt, and make informed choices. It keeps the broader community safe, but without forcing everyone to create in constant fear. So now you've got the playbook. You know the flowchart of your options, and you really understand the power of that 90-day expiration rule. The ball is entirely in your court. This system was literally built to wipe the slate clean when honest mistakes happen. So, instead of tiptoeing around in fear of the algorithm, what crazy boundary-pushing idea are you going to tackle next, knowing you've got that 90-day safety net right beneath you? Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and hey, keep creating.